The Lion Queen has two different personas. One of them is who she is now, but the other one is from the It universe. For those who don't know, The Lion Queen saw Stephen King's 2017 remake of It in 2017 on the first day it was released in theaters. When she first saw the movie, she loved it so much that she became a huge fan of the movie. That is when the It fandom became so popular, until it slowly died down in mid 2018, to which is a different story for another time. During 2017 in September, Lion Queen was on her second victory lap year, mainly because she didn't have enough credits to graduate high school. To make a long story short as to why that's the case, Lion Queen was in the Learning Center from grade 9 to grade 11, and when she got into grade 12, she was in regular classes, getting credit since doctors said that she wasn't going to get anywhere in life with her having disabilities. That also included the fact that she was autistic and had autism, as well as mild intellectual disability, which includes dyslexia. But she proved the doctors wrong, to which her parents were surprised and still are as of today. When she took her first victory lap year, from 2016-2017, to get more credits, she didn't have enough credits to graduate that year. So that meant she had to stay an extra year to get more credits. The third week of school in September, school was hell for her, as she had gone through a lot when her mom was on vacation in Kentucky at the time. Mainly what happened was that Lion Queen had gotten into a few fights with two of the EAs there, and got into a heated argument with a teacher a day or two later during that week. When Lion Queen walked home that day, she was so stressed out from school that she felt like dropping out. But since she didn't drop out, she had managed to graduate high school with all 30 credits and get her diploma. However, Lion Queen made an It universe persona of herself in the same situation as what she went through that third week of school in September of 2017. It was just shortly after she had seen It 2017. Her persona was the same person, however she magically appears in the town of Derry in Maine. Its universe Lion Queen was a human when she first came home from school after having a rough day by being bullied by two mean EAs and a teacher. She cried herself to sleep, although on the way back home, she had sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Her voice was great as Judy Garland's voice, as she sang that in The Wizard of Oz. Its universe Lion Queen had, as a human wakes up in her house to find that her parents and brother were not there. She looks outside to see that she isn't in Canada anymore. She walks out of her house in Derry to see that it was a rainy day, so she decided to take a stroll down the street in the rain. She didn't mind the rain at all. It wasn't thundering nor she saw any lightning, so it was fine for her to be in the rain. While walking down the street, she drops her bracelet that her friend gave her. She looked inside the storm drain to see no one inside, but then two eyes popped out, and it said her name. As Lion Queen was surprised by this, she saw that the clown that had eyes inside the storm drain was holding her bracelet. After explaining to the clown about her two best friends, she did break down into tears about the fact that she'd been alone in Derry and it was all new to her. Once the clown explains to her that she's in Derry, he introduced himself as Pennywise, the dancing clown. With that, Lion Queen was hesitating to get her bracelet back, as she asked Pennywise if he was going to eat her if she reached for it. However, Pennywise explained that after he heard the stuff Lion Queen was going through, he couldn't bring himself to eat her. As Lion Queen got her bracelet back from Pennywise, she invited Pennywise to come to her house for dinner on Friday. After hearing that, it made Pennywise smile, knowing that this was just the beginning of his friendship with her. The next day, Lion Queen had met Alvin Marsh, who brought her gifts as his way of welcoming her to Derry. But there is a dark secret that she did not know about Alvin Marsh until much later. After an hour shortly after Alvin Marsh left her house, Lion Queen decided to go for a drive around in Derry in her car. As she headed up for the countryside of Derry, she saw Alvin Marsh's car had gone through a ditch. Upon looking inside her car, she saw that Alvin Marsh had been injured by impact of the accident the car went through. Upon closer look, she could see the damage he had suffered from. When Lion Queen called 911, an ambulance took his body. An officer had talked about her and told her how he wasn't going to make it due to the injuries that he had suffered during that car accident. However, it was revealed that he had a daughter that lives within, so Lion Queen had decided to take her in. Upon seeing this, the officer had Lion Queen come to the station to sign some papers, including the inheritance that his daughter has from her father. After signing the paperwork and etc., Lion Queen drove herself to the Derry High School. When she got out of her car, she was looking around for Alvin Marsh's daughter. While walking, Lion Queen had bumped into Alvin Marsh's daughter, and she introduced herself as Beverly Marsh. Seeing that she was Alvin Marsh's daughter, Lion Queen had found out that Alvin Marsh abuses Beverly every day. Seeing some of the hidden bruises on her, Lion Queen explained to Beverly that Alvin Marsh had died. Hearing the news about her father getting karma was the best news she's ever had. However, with her father dead, she had no idea where she would go. Upon hearing this, Lion Queen said that Beverly would be in her custody. And as Beverly moves in with Lion Queen, while at Beverly's apartment, packing her things, Lion Queen had learned that Beverly's mother was very sick and had passed on. However, Beverly was very young when that happened. To add insult to injury, Beverly had explained that she was really young and she had lost her mother. Lion Queen felt sorry for Beverly, and even her heart ached to know how much shit Beverly went through while living with her father. Once everything in the apartment was packed up, Beverly went with Lion Queen to live with her new guardian at her place. Once settled in her new home, Beverly began to feel like she was at home, only with a better caretaker. She got Lion Queen's brother's room, or what was once her brother's bedroom, before she came to Derry. The first night was very good as Lion Queen and Beverly had pizza for dinner. When it was bedtime, Beverly slept with Lion Queen's top bunk on her bed, mainly since Beverly wasn't used to sleeping in a new house. It was for the night that she slept with Lion Queen at the top bunk. The next day was the day Beverly headed with her friends, to which they were known as the Losers Club, to the beach. When they knocked on the door of the Lion Queen's house, Lion Queen got to meet them, and they were all very nice boys. Beverly went to the beach with them, while Lion Queen took a stroll on foot around Derry. While walking around Derry, she ran into Henry Bowers and his gang at the Kissing Bridge. They had grabbed Lion Queen, and Henry even slashed at her arm with a knife. But Pennywise was watching the whole thing and was furious. Henry and his gang were going to hurt Lion Queen even more, but that was when Pennywise jumped in and scared Henry and his gang off. Like how the Beast saves Belle from the wolves in the Beauty and the Beast movie, Pennywise saved Lion Queen from Henry Bowers and his gang. Pennywise takes Lion Queen back home and helps her get cleaned up. That is when Beverly and her friends entered the house. Concerned for her guardian, Beverly had asked Lion Queen what happened to her arm. When Lion Queen explained to Beverly that Henry and his gang were hurting her, Pennywise stepped in and said that he had saved her from Henry Bowers and his no-good gang. Beverly and the others did explain to Lion Queen that Henry and his gang did harass them as well, so she isn't the only one who is being harassed. The Losers Club had also explained that Pennywise had protected them even before she came into Derry, and that they would protect her no matter what. Whatever happens, however, Lion Queen's two miniers and teacher had somehow found their way into Derry. It doesn't explain how, but somehow they are in Derry now in search for Lion Queen, who they had really hated. When Pennywise and Lion Queen had their dinner together, Beverly and the Losers Club were invited to do as well, so everyone ate. A day or so later, Lion Queen was swimming in her pool with Beverly as she explained to Beverly of where she came from, her family and friends, the people who hurt her, etc. After hearing about where she came from, Beverly honestly wished that she was her biological sister, so she would be there sooner. However, even with Lion Queen being her guardian, she still finds her a sister figure to her, an older one at that. One of the days while Lion Queen was in Derry, she and Beverly went to the quarry where they went swimming there. They had also gone to a farm that does trail rides on horseback. The Lion Queen rode Pennywise when he shapeshifted into a horse, and the Losers Club even got to join them on the trail ride, to which it was a lot of fun. Despite Derry not being a huge town, there were still some things to do, so it wasn't so boring. A couple of days in Derry, Pennywise had invited Lion Queen to the Neilbolt house, also known as the Well House. Since the house was abandoned, it was very easy for Lion Queen to spot. Her date with Pennywise went very well. A great dinner, and then a slow dance. When Pennywise asked Lion Queen if she would be his girlfriend, she said yes. Saying yes made Pennywise happy. He was alone for a long time, but he had the Losers Club as his friends. However, though, he never had a girlfriend in his life, and since the Lion Queen is his first girlfriend he's ever had, he was going to protect her and keep her safe from anyone that tries to hurt her in person. When Lion Queen mentions that she misses her friends and her parents, Pennywise hands her a magic mirror that will allow her to see anything pretty much outside of Derry. As she looks into the mirror, she could see how much her parents and her best friend miss her. When her high school teacher and her EAs showed up to try and get inside the Neilbolt house, Pennywise managed to scare them away before they could do anything to hurt her. As soon as they were gone, Pennywise had to be extra protective of Lion Queen, just until they get rid of the teacher and two mean EAs that disliked Lion Queen. Pennywise had decided to leave a bite mark on Lion Queen as a way of saying that she is his and only girlfriend and no one can have her. He kissed her wrist before biting into her wrist, leaving a mark on her. Thankfully, he didn't rip a chunk out of her flesh, which of course, why would he do it to someone who he deeply cares about? Once the bite mark was left on, Lion Queen was permanently his and only girlfriend. Shortly after that date, Lion Queen had been acting very weird when the sun was setting. By day she'd be a human. However, at night, she'd be an elder-rich, shape-shifting monster clown like Pennywise. She wasn't planning to let anyone see her as a shape-shifting beast, as she was worried that she would scare anyone that cared for her, so she kept it a secret for as long as she could. It wasn't long until the Losers Club and Pennywise started to see Lion Queen rushing to her bedroom at night. They thought she was sick or something, but the more they saw it going on, the more suspicious and concerned they had grown for Lion Queen. However, Bill's parents that day had asked her if she would babysit Georgie, to which she accepted since Beverly and Bill would watch Georgie. They could ask the Lion Queen some questions about it. That night, Georgie was in his house with his brother, Bill, and his friend Beverly. While watching TV, the Lion Queen showed up at the front of the house and knocked on the door. Georgie runs up and opens the door, only to see that there was a female clown that is Lion Queen, but he didn't know it was actually her. The Lion Queen had tried to calm Georgie down from screaming so much, but Bill and Beverly had stepped in and calmed Georgie down. Once he was calmed down, Lion Queen explained that the bite mark Pennywise left on her wrist was a side effect that happens at day and night. After explaining it to Bill and Beverly and Georgie, they all understood what she was going through. They didn't think Lion Queen was as ugly as a shape-shifting clown that she was in, but they liked her the way she was. It made Lion Queen feel better about herself, and what mattered the most was that she was safe. The next day when Lion Queen and her gang, along with Pennywise, fought Henry Bowers and his gang, it was sundown when Lion Queen showed her eldritch clown shape-shifting monster form from human to that. The rest of the Losers Club were in surprise to see Lion Queen as a shape-shifting monster like Pennywise. However, Pennywise was just as surprised as they were. He had forgotten to tell her that bite mark, when he marked her as his, it had a side effect, to which is why Lion Queen was going day and night changes. After Henry and his gang were defeated, Lion Queen became a shape-shifting monster permanently, to which meant she was just as powerful as Pennywise is. She had the power to shapeshift into anything that she wanted, while she was still in the clown form, like how Pennywise is. With Lion Queen able to contact her parents again, as well as her friends, they were very happy to hear that she was alive. After explaining to her friends and family that where she had been, and even telling them to come to Derry if they want to see her again. After telling her friends and Pennywise about her family and friends coming to Derry to see them, they decided to invite them to Derry. However, with Henry Bowers and his gang gone, Lion Queen and her gang still needed to take care of one more thing, and that one more thing is to be rid of the mean teacher and two mean EAs. So they had to all lure them into the Neil Bolt house, and they all jumped on them. One by one, the teacher and the two mean EAs were killed by Pennywise and Lion Queen. It sounded very easy, since they were both powerful, and they managed to defeat them without any problems or difficulty at all. After the enemies of Lion Queen were defeated, the Losers Club, Pennywise, and Lion Queen burnt the bodies of the teacher and two mean EAs so that their bodies would be turned to ash. They burned the bodies in the lair where Pennywise's belongings, floating children, and other stuff that lay in the sewers. Once the bodies were burned into ash, they put out the fire and said they were finally safe in Derry. Since Lion Queen met Pennywise the day she moved into Derry, along with the Losers Club and them, they were making great changes to make Derry not only great, but also safe again. A couple of days later, after the defeat of Lion Queen's enemies from high school, Pennywise and the Losers Club were having a barbecue and had invited two of her best friends and her family. They all had a party so they could see their daughter, even if she's a shape-shifting clown. They still loved her no matter what, though. They even didn't expect Pennywise to be her boyfriend. But as long as she loves him and he loves her back, what matters is that whatever she's happy with. Since Derry has been safe again thanks to Lion Queen's It Universe persona and Pennywise, everyone can finally be in peace in Derry. Whatever new adventures that happen in Derry someday, Its Universe Lion Queen will be there for it, as well as her friends.